much. I can't believe that they could just say.
David Axelrod, Rick Davis,
Joe Biden,
John Kyle, Tim Kaine, Robert Gibbs, and Nancy Pfotenhauer, Barbara Boxer, Kay Bailey, Hutchison,
John McCain,
Barack Obama.
I tell you what, you can get testimony from Republicans during my Illinois Senate days and my U.S. Senate days who say this is somebody who we work with, who listens to us, and who brings a different tone to politics.
So you're going to have Democrats in the White House. Will you have Democrats in your cabinet?
Yeah, of course.
How many?
Well, I don't know how many, but I can tell you, in all due respect to previous administrations, it's not going to be a single, well, we have a Democrat now.
As a community organizer, when I got out of college, as a young person, 24, 25 years old, I moved to Chicago and worked with churches who were dealing with steel plants that had closed in their neighborhoods to set up job training programs for the unemployed.
I think it was a reaction to the denigration of her role as mayor, but I know that she shares my respect for all people and appreciation for all people who are serve their community and their nation.
That he chose somebody who may be even more aligned with George Bush or Dick Cheney or the politics we've seen over the last 8 years than John McCain himself is.
And I'm sure she's made mistakes because she's had a long career from city council to mayor to governor. But the fact is, she's kind of what Americans have been looking for.
Well, look, this ultimately isn't a race between us and Sarah Palin. It's a race between Barack Obama and John McCain. They're the candidates for president. No one really knows. She hasn't sat down with you or any interviewer to ask answer any substantive questions.
When will she start having news conferences? When will she start doing interviews?
Well, as you know, we just finished the convention, but within the next few days.
And she will do interviews, but she'll do them on the terms and conditions of which the campaign decides that it's ready to do it.
I think it's kind of demeaning to suggest that all women are going to vote for a woman just because she's a woman, even when she is diametrically opposed to everything Hillary stands for.
The woman doesn't believe in birth control. She doesn't believe that a woman should have a right to choose if she's a victim of rape or incest. She doesn't believe that global warming has anything to do with human activities. And I could go on and on. She's against stem cell research.
5 years from now, do you think Iraq will have relative stability and democratic principles in the central government? If there is an Obama-Biden administration, yeah. If there is a John McCain administration and Sarah Palin, I think it's probably not going to happen.
It was a poorly conceived mission. So to talk about victory, I think George Bush, with the help of John McCain and Donald Rumsfeld and Dick Cheney, made a big strategic blunder.
If we're either in a recession or approaching one, is it wise to raise revenues in any way?
Well, I think that it is wise if you've got a $500 billion deficit.
So even if we're in a recession next January, you come into office, you'll still go through with your tax increases?
No. What I've said, George, is that even if we're still in a recession, I'm going to go through with my tax cuts.
The burden of proof is, why would you raise any taxes in an economic downturn?
John McCain wants to give $4 billion worth of tax breaks to ExxonMobil. Barack Obama thinks that's wrong, and we ought to raise taxes on people that make $11 billion in one quarter.
Answering that question with specificity, is above my pay grade.
Was that phrase too flip?
Probably, yeah.
Look, I know when it begins for me. It's a personally and private issue. For me as a Roman Catholic, I'm prepared to accept the teachings in my church. But let me tell you, there are an awful lot of people of great confessional faith, Protestants, Jews, Muslims, and others, who have a different view.
John, once in a while, has reached over on an issue. But 100% of the time in 2008, he voted with Bush. 90% since Bush came into office.
He has reached across the aisle time and time and time again on the tough issues, on making sure that we confirm judges. He put together the Gang of 12, which has allowed us to go forward and not blow up the Senate every time a judge nominee comes forward.
Joe's made a judgment. Joe's going to have to make a tougher judgment when this election is over.
It would enable us to at least do one thing, which is to get some offshore drilling, which is one thing we've been pushing very hard and we won't get if the Democrats are in control. So it'd be great if Joe would join us. I know there are complicated factors as to why he might or might not.
You're absolutely right that John McCain has not talked about my Muslim faith, and you're absolutely right that that has not
Christian
come
faith.
My Christian faith.
You talk too much.